Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about another movie. I know, you would have never guessed, but yesterday I took my brother to go watch this movie. It's a property that has been around for so long, since I was ever a kid. Definitely before I was even a kid. This is a Looney Tunes. Of course, I'm talking about the latest Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up. A Looney Tunes movie. But obviously, I'm ready to get into this. Let's just dive head first. So, this movie consists of the characters Porky the Pig and Daffy the Duck. We already know them, mostly beloved characters in the Looney Tunes universe. And it makes sense why they picked these characters. I feel like these are the easiest targeted towards children, especially with how energy Daffy brings to the table, or what energy Daffy brings to the table. And then Porky the Pig obviously just has his humor and has his little stutter thing that he has always had. And I love the explanation of that, how it was Daffy the Duck dropped a glass vase on his head, and that's what started Porky the Pig's stutter. I thought that was a very fun introduction, or just way to explain why he has the stutter. But yes, they have picked Daffy the Duck and Porky the Pig to be the main characters, with the addition of also Petunia the Pig. I'm so sorry that I butchered it at first, but Petunia the Pig, which is here to be a love interest for Porky. So yes, I'm kind of just introducing the characters right now. There's also an alien and kind of a scientist as well throughout the movie. They're not huge characters, but I would say they're important enough to the plot that I would kind of just point them out. So these are the characters that we follow along throughout the movie. Now, what's the plot, you may be asking? Let's get into that. So at first, the plot revolves around this alien who basically messes with this gum that is created in this factory and makes it mind control all the people who is chewing it throughout the world. And basically, everyone starts chewing this gum as it's the most popular gum in the world, coming out with supposedly one of the best flavors that it's ever had. So it's going to be very accessible to everyone. And as they explain it, it's a global global whatever. They're giving it out to everybody, you know. So this is a big problem, as Daffy the Duck is the first one to realize it. So he has to make Porky and Petunia understand and really believe them that, oh, something's wrong with this gum, and they're making everyone zombies. So when the plot gets going, it is very interesting. I feel like it is a little slow to getting there, especially for a Looney Tunes movie. Obviously, they got some loony moments going on, but just towards the main plot, it takes a little bit to get there. But the best thing I really do enjoy is the relationship between the three main characters, as it just goes through Porky's and Daffy's friendship, and just honestly what it means and their roles and everything. It does that very good, as Daffy is like kind of the guy who usually messes everything up. Porky is obviously scared. He lets people kind of walk over him. And we actually watch a story arc happen, so it's kind of a relief to see that happen in a Looney Tunes movie. But that just shows you it's a decently written movie. Yet again, with like, it's still a kids movie, so there are going to be jokes thrown out left and right, which as an adult now, unfortunately, most of them do miss. But there are adult jokes that kind of did catch me laughing a little bit, or just giggling, because they just throw out some things that kids want to understand, and that's just a little funny when animations do that. But the plot eventually changes towards the end of the movie, which I didn't really like. It actually ends up, spoiler alert, the alien is not the main bad guy. It's actually an asteroid. The alien was actually saving the Earth. So it's funny that the whole time we were watching, our three main characters kind of doom the Earth. That's kind of funny. I mean, it's a Looney Tunes. It makes sense. But I feel like this was kind of predictable. I feel like the alien had different plans, as he kind of never was saying what his plan was. They never explained what it was. So I feel like, there's definitely going to be like a plot twist here. Like, he's gonna be a good guy. It's kind of predictable. But of course, they have a happy ending. Everyone works together at the end to save the planet from the asteroid. And it's just very nice. And of course, the last joke that kind of got a laugh out of me was Farmer Joe, which is basically the dad of Daffy the Duck and Porky the Pig. He hid a home insurance policy behind a picture frame of them, and it had a checklist that was if like alien abducted or something like that. And he was like, "Oh, I've raised enough for you to know if something loony would happen." I thought that was just kind of funny. As a kid, really wouldn't understand what that means, or what that piece of paper is. But just in another adult thing, they add another thing of life, which is kind of relief, because I feel like they do know their audience kind of has grown up, since these characters have been around for so long. So they do want to add some adult things while obviously keeping the kid nature of these characters, as they're always going to be the main target audience, I feel like, because that's what who can relate to these characters the easiest, as they're just more goofy and unreal. As more adulthood, you kind of lose that immaturity, and become mature, make less jokes. So yeah, that's just the way life is, but it's just a relief, a break, going in the theater and watching one of these movies, especially since I've been around the Looney Tunes my whole life, and it's just great to see them keep coming out with fresh ideas. So I don't really know how to rate this movie, so I'm really not going to. It's my channel, I have a choice. Because it's a kids movie, I'm not really the target audience. And compared to like more mature movies, I really don't know where I would rate it. But I am just going to say, if you grew up with the Looney Tunes and have always loved them, you'll definitely enjoy this movie. If you're a kid, or maybe if you're a parent watching this, take your kid. It's definitely enjoyable. I feel like they'll be interested and invested in the movie. It's definitely an hour and a half where you might be able to get them to shut up for once. But I was a loud kid myself once, so I understand. But that's all I really have to talk about this movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. It was enjoyable. It's just different because I'm not a kid anymore. But it is also, like I've been saying, kind of nice to go watch these movies where I would have enjoyed it so much better as a kid, and now really just like seeing what my likes and dislikes were, what my taste was, and how it's changed throughout my life. But I just find that kind of stuff interesting. I'm gonna stop rambling at the end of this video, but yes, if you haven't checked out my podcast with my friend Devin, please go check that out. It is called The Cinema Boys. But other than that, leave this like on this video. If you liked it, you don't really have to if you didn't. But leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like the content I provide overall, please hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate it when you do. But other than that, you guys have a great time until next video.